Hey guys, and welcome to the Bayern View. Hope you guys are all doing well. We've got Debuton here for a fan camp today, and it's typical that it has to be a bad one. But yeah, we're here with Randora. Hopefully you're doing well, mate. Big up. Thank you for coming on. And
Yeah, thanks for
yeah,
having me.
man,
Thanks for having me.
1000, bro. Um, your turn to speak, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, obviously it's a shame of result. Uh, when we went up 3-2, I was happy, and I was saying if we don't get another goal, there's a very high chance we're gonna tie. They're gonna tie it, and sure enough, that's what happened. I I don't know. I the lineup from the jump was not bad. I feel like it was better than the Villa lineup. I was saying from the jump that I wanted Muller to start, and I'm glad he did. And I know I'm probably going to catch a lot of flack, but I honestly think Kane should have sat this game. I feel like
Yep.
Kane wasn't 100%, and he wasn't 100% versus Villa, and you could tell by his activity. And I feel like he was almost invisible this game. I don't know how many touches he had, but it felt like only like 3 or 4. And one of the only contributions that he had in the whole game was the one assist to Olise, which was a great assist. I'll give him that. It was a great assist. But other than that, it's like, where was Kane, man? Just like the Villa game, where was Kane? And I feel like if we had like Kane at 100%, it might have been a completely different result. But I was saying, okay, you know how Frankfurt play? They play kind of similar to Villa. They're going to sit back and they're going to counter, right? Kind of like Atletico Madrid type of style, right? So I said we gotta have Muller. We needed Muller. We needed Muller in the last game too, because Muller is the one guy who says, "Oh, I don't care if there's 4 or 5 people in the box. I'm gonna be in there and at least um, just cause mayhem, cause confusion, and then in that it gives other players opportunities to get in. And he did that today. He had a lot of overlapping balls coming into him, and he had a couple of decent shots. And I feel like he played more of a striker than Kane did today. And if that's the way it's going to be, and Kane's not 100%, honestly, we should just sit him. We should sit him the next game, at least for the first half. Get somebody else in. I don't really like Muller playing the striker because I know Nagelsmann tried it,
Yep.
but if it's not Muller, then give Tell his shot, his opportunity. We need somebody that's fit 100%. I know Kane's a great player, but he's obviously not there. Second of all, I noticed that they always release a lineup with Guerrero at the right back and Kimmich in the mid, but it's never usually the case. It's usually Guerrero at right back and Kimmich in the midfield. And we know Kimmich likes to press up and go towards the midfield, but if company wants to worry about rotations and stuff like that, I really don't see why Paulinho is not playing. And I really don't know why you're subbing him in the dying minutes of the game, uh, basically for no reason. And I don't know. I just don't think he'll ever get in the groove and form that chemistry with his teammates if you're only playing him for a couple minutes. I mean, damn, we spent 50 million on him, and he's getting 2 3 minutes a game. It's just ridiculous. And I don't know. I think Paulinho is the missing link really to break down the counterattacks that we're so vulnerable to. And I don't know. It almost seems like a personal vendetta against Paulinho, and maybe
Yeah.
company just doesn't like him. But I don't know. He doesn't want to play him at all. And one other sub that I was questioning a lot was Dyer. Why did Dyer come in? We're getting killed on the counter, and you bring in Dyer. Dyer moves like a freaking truck. He's very slow.
Yep.
It didn't make any sense to me. I would have rather honestly. I know this is crazy, but I would have rather Goretzka. Even Goretzka isn't that slow. And
Yeah.
at least Goretzka would push forward, and at least maybe some second chance opportunities, because we've seen him come in as a super sub and score a goal, and he's very keen on getting in the box anyway. So that could have helped us today. But another thing was Sane. Sane didn't get any minutes. It didn't make any sense. We needed Sane to fill in for Olise because Olise was getting tired, and I was like, okay, Olise around the 80th minute, they're gonna sub him off for Sane. Didn't happen. I was like, what the hell? Why didn't they sub in Sane? And why did Tell get played at the striker? And there's a lot of these questions with the substitutes, and I think that's the main thing that I'm getting angry about is the substitutions and the man management by company. And the other thing, and I'm trying to be a little bit optimistic here, but the one silver lining that I'm seeing with these two results is company is getting tested early. Now we could have had like these really easy games. We could have been playing against you know Werder Bremen and Darmstadt and all these teams, and then we would have been killing them. And then in the Champions League we get bounced because company is in his first stint at a big club. He's not getting tested, so he's easily just walking over these teams. But because he's getting tested early, this is his opportunity to get through the growing pains, to learn. And if he doesn't learn, okay, we'll sack him. That's fine. But if he does learn, this could prove to be very beneficial that we're getting tested this early. It just sucks that it's 5 difficult games back to back to back. But sometimes, that's how the dice is rolled. You know, so yeah, another silver lining is I think Kim and Jay uh, these past couple weeks has been improving, and he's gaining a little bit more confidence. Some of his I don't know what you call it, but when a player will receive the ball and he'll come up and make a really aggressive tackle to kind of you know deflect the ball away. Sometimes he hesitates, and I've noticed that. But other than that, he's been really aggressive, and he hasn't been picking up cards like Opa McClown has. So I really am happy with Kim's confidence developing slowly but surely. But we need it a lot faster because he's going to be the one that I think company's going to trust over Upamecano at the end of the day. Because I think when Ito comes back, Ito's going to slot in Upa's spot. But I don't know. I think it also depends on who's right-footed, who's left-footed, and who gets to
Yeah,
play. Yeah. But also Stanisic can play center back, so that's also a good shout. He's very stable, and he's way faster than both Stanis, Ito and Kim and Jay. So that could help a lot. But we gotta make some defensive signings in the winter transfer window for sure. We gotta sign somebody. But yeah, that's all I got. Yep, you're muted.
there we go. No. I'm with you. I'm with you on 100%. It's just annoying because for me personally, I don't know how you personally feel, but for me, it feels like a loss. To concede in that manner. Actually, to be fair, not even in that manner. The whole game. You know what I mean? Fair enough, the defender scored, but at the same time, do your job. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like that's
yeah,
the one thing we ask. We're not actually asking for goals. Fair enough. If they don't score them, then yeah, we've lost 3-1. But at the same time, if they do their job, then they stop those players. So it's annoying.
yeah. I just think it's going to be an adjustment because I don't think neither Kim and Jae or Upamecano have played in a system like this that welcomes the counterattack, right? And that the two center backs are played out so wide, so it's welcoming those chip through balls. So I think it's gonna take some adjustment. And let's be honest, when company first signed, we weren't saying, okay, we're gonna win everything. Obviously, there's some doubt. It's his first time in a big club,
Yeah,
but at the same time, company he has very very limited runway to show that he is the coach for Bayern. Because otherwise, there's still other options out there that I know the club will go to, but I just really don't. I don't want them to just keep sacking coaches every other month or shuffling around the board because it's just not stable. Like there's so many clubs we've been seeing doing that, and they just been in shambles. Like look at Chelsea. Chelsea has gone through 6 or 7 coaches in the last 2 years. It feels like. I know it's not been 6 or 7, but you know what I mean. And I really don't want that happening to Bayern because I was there when it did happen. You know, we had Guardiola, then we had Ancelotti, we had Kovac, we had
yeah,
all these different coaches, Jupp Heynckes for a couple months, and it was just, it's not great. It's not
no,
good,
no,
and we don't want to get there. But yeah, and then the other silver lining is if we look at the rest of the league, there's everybody's been drawing. All the top teams have been drawing. Leverkusen draw to freaking Holstein Kiel, which was really surprising to me, especially
yeah,
because they had 2 early goals.
yeah,
That was crazy. And then Dortmund lost, which I'm not really surprised about because Dortmund in the league has been just in shambles. But
yeah.
knowing them, they'll probably perform well in the Champions League for no reason whatsoever. And and Stuttgart tied as well. So they're going to be looking for a get back when they play us next weekend. It's next weekend, right?
Yes. Yeah. So
Yeah, like I was saying earlier in the other stream, I was already expecting a loss because it's Frankfurt, and I know we're Bayern, and I know we're a better team than them,
yeah,
but they're in great form. They're in great form. Their striker is number one in the league in goals. I think he has 7 or 8 now. And I was expecting a loss, and I'm frustrated that we tied in the end. But to be honest, the Leverkusen game felt more of a loss to me because we completely dominated Leverkusen. Like I would say, even more than we dominated Frankfurt today. Like Leverkusen almost had no opportunities, and they didn't want it. You notice that? You notice like that's like the big difference between when we played Leverkusen this year versus last year, and both the draws at home. This year, it's like they didn't want it. They knew that we were gonna just completely overwhelm them, so they just sat back, and there was no hunger like when we played Leverkusen last year. There was no hunger for them to capitalize on our mistakes.
yeah,
They felt way more timid than I expected.
yeah. Well, no, I'm with you. I'm with you. But yeah, big up, mate. Thank you for coming on.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
and yeah, guys, if you've enjoyed, smash the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, all that good stuff. And yeah, man. Until then, it's Amir.
Peace.